It's okay to read a book under 200 pages. No one is going to beat you up in a parking lot. Hello everyone, my name is Dionna May and I'm going to show you how you're going to read 52 books this year. Yeah, I know it. You want to read a book a week? So do I. Disclaimer. It does not matter how many books you read in a year, okay? First of all, you're already a hottie for just wanting to read more. Like, I applaud you for just being here and be like, my goal this year is to read more books. It doesn't matter what you read. Reading does make you smarter. It makes you wittier. It makes you clever. It makes you a faster reader. It makes you a better writer. At the end of the day, you're better for it and it brings you joy, okay? More reading books that just bring you joy. And I love it. Let's get to the nitty gritty of it. This is a foolproof plan. So if you fail it, you're a fool. No, I'm just kidding. I'm literally just kidding. I also want to start this off by saying I only read 25 books last year. And let me rephrase that. I read 25 books last year. That's the most books I've ever read in a year. I'm a newbie, really reading girl. Okay, I'm a newbie to the reading world. Some people get on here and they say, I read 300 books last week. And it pisses me off. But you know what? They and I are not the same. My goal is not just to read 52 books. My goal is to start and finish a book in a week. It's a difference, because sometimes you can plow through 2 books a week, but another week later, I'm not reading anything at all. So my goal is to start and finish a book in a week. And it's possible. And I can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you can do it, I can do it. Period. Let's get into it. Number 1. Join a reading challenge. I'm doing 2 challenges this year. I'm doing the A to Z challenge. Here are the rules. Can we get into my iced coffee? It says, I'd rather be at home finishing my TBR. Come on, don't be jealous. I'm also doing a reading bingo. I'm going to make a separate video on that. I'm going to be making so many videos. Y'all going to be sick of me. Prepare to be sick of me. Number 2, join a book club. Shameless plug. I have a book club. It's called the Sunny Book Club. We're on Discord. We hop on video, but you don't have to join the video at all. You can just be in the book club. We discuss the books. By the time I post this, we will have picked our January book, but you can just start reading it. Like I'm posting this early January. We only read 1 book a month, but that can add on to your 52. That's already 12, babe. You're already almost there. You're literally quite done. So join a book club. Either it's in person or it's online. There's a lot online. I pray booktok is still here and with us and alive and well, but because I would say even just joining those lives, like when the booktok girlies go live, like read with me for the next 30 minutes, even doing that, I constitute that as a book club. So number 3, reading journal. Yay, this is the time to buy. No, I'm just kidding. Either you use a journal that you already got at home, which you should, which I encourage, or you get a reading journal. And I got this sexy reading journal for Christmas. And oh my gosh, I love it so much. I love it so much. I literally made my first entry yesterday. Now it's my life goal to complete this reading journal. It doesn't have to be physical. It can be a free Canva free Canva template that you made. It can be Google Docs for free. It can be in your iPhone notes. It could be a journal that you had in your closet. You're like, I gotta use this or donate it. So just make yourself a reading journal and just keep track of everything that you want to read. Put your TBR on there. Put books you want to buy on there. Reading journal. That helps hold you accountable. Number 4, create a realistic TBR of 52 books. You know what you're thinking, Deanna, that's a lot of books. It's really not, especially if you pick like 4 series. Like, first of all, fantasy series really take up a girl's TBR. Fantasy series, especially if it's a complete series, especially if it's an author who has such wild, big world building where other of her books, not even in that specific series, are kind of in the same world. That's 8 books right there. My favorite fantasy series is the Cruel Prince series, The Novels of Elfane by Holly Black. The other day, someone recommended 2 more books. No, she recommended 1 more book, and it had 3 attached to it. So I'm like, okay, well, now I have to read those because it's built in the same world. So fantasy series just include so much. So I recommend making your TBR right now of 52 books. I know it sounds like a lot, babes, but literally go on booktok while we can and jot some stuff down. And that leads us to our point number 5. Go get those books from Libby right now. Okay, because I feel it in my gut that everyone's in their reading bag this year, and I love to hear it, but it's going to take a while for some of those books to come in, and I don't want to start spending a whole bunch of money on books. Okay, I do pay for Kindle Unlimited, and I heard this one girlie talking about, if you want your authors to get more than Amazon gets for Kindle Unlimited, I need you to read more than 10 books a month. I don't know if I'm going to be doing that, but you want the authors to be paid more than Kindle pays them, and you have Kindle Unlimited, read 10 books a month. That's just a fun little tidbit, okay? That's something I will be partaking in. That's not my ministry. That's not my calling. But it is something to note for the girlies out there. Another reason is that it's great to have a long-ass TBR, because you can just have Libby, all right, it's going to be 52 weeks? Sure. It'll probably be 30 weeks, but by the time you hit that September, October slump, I know we all hit that slump right in October. It's like the September, October blues month. That's just like Twilight Zone. Like, I didn't read a single book next September. Why? I don't know why not, but that's how it happens. We all hit that little slump. Libby can start delivering you some books. Now, I'm not an audiobook girly, but I kind of want to get into audiobooks. I don't know. I don't know. Audiobooks kind of make me mad. I think it's because on Libby, the audio is always just like one woman reading, and she like has to read the part for the male love interest, and she's like, "Oh, my lover, yes, my darling," and she does it in the deepest voice she can, and I commend her for it, but I ick, and it's also too slow. But then when I speed it up, it sounds too fast, and I can't get through it. So it's just, I'm not an audio girly, but if you are doing the audio situation, again, get those audiobooks now. Get them prepped and ready. Sign up for several different library cards in different cities. Get your friend's address who live in DC and you live in Atlanta. Get her address and create a library card in her address so you can get books faster. Thinking, babes. We're beating the system, right? That's what 2025 is all about. We're beating the system. They can't keep us down. We're too small. We're too prepared. We're too ready. Number 6, shorter books are okay. Who are you? What are you trying to prove and to who? Oh, I read this 900-page book. Okay, now you're not going to read anything for the next 2 weeks because you're so tired. It's okay to read a book under 200 pages. No one is going to beat you up in a parking lot. Just get some shorter books on that TBR. All right? I want to read The Wild Robot. Why not? Read some cute little cartoonish, cute little books. I have 2 nieces. I want to read some of the dork diary books. I want to read some of those with them so I can discuss it. Those some shorter books on that list. For your peace of mind, for your mental, especially if you just finished a fantasy series and you're so tired and you're like, I can't jump into another series right now. Those some cutesy little rom-coms in there. You just finished a scary ass thriller. Those some cutesy little romances. Those the little cheesy Bridgerton soap opera book in there. That's less than 200 pages that you can finish in a night with dinner. Be smart. Take mental breaks. And by mental breaks, I mean take a couple days off. Take a couple hours off. All right, but not too much because we got goals to reach. Moving on. Number 8, read more standalones. This is a good point because I will say, especially if you read a fantasy that is not complete, because what do you mean I read the first 2 books but the third one won't be out for 2 years? Now I have this like deep ache, and now I'm pissed, and now I don't want to read anything else because I wanted to read the next book. I thought that it ended on a cliffhanger, and I thought the next book was out, but it's not. So if you're going to read a fantasy and you have this goal, kind of make sure it's a completed series. Babe, I'm sorry. Believe me, I've been there. I'm here right now. Luckily, the second book is the last one, and it's coming out in March. So I just have to keep reading whatever until the second one comes out. But my goal for 2025, I'm only reading finished series, and it's annoying because some might say Twilight's not even finished, so just finished in the sense of like it's at least 5 books out. At least the last book ain't on a cliffhanger. Look it up. Is this last book on a cliffhanger, or is it just kind of completed? The girlies on Reddit will tell you. Allow yourself to DNF a book at 25%. A lot of people are like, and this is me included, I can't DNF this. I spent too much time on it. Yes, but then you hate yourself. I'm so happy I DNF'd this book at like 30% in March. And in December, when I was trying to get my number up, I went back and finished it. I had to reread it from the beginning. But I was able to plow through that 30% because I remembered a lot of it. And I was able to finish the rest of the book. And I'm like, oh, okay, it wasn't as bad as I thought. You change. People change. I change. You change. We're all beautiful butterflies, blah, 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 blah. DNF that book at 25% and come back later in the year. Just keep it in the back of your mind. That's why you need your reading journal of books that you DNF'd. Come back to it. come back to it. Because the girl you were in March is not going to be the girl you were in November. I'll tell you what. Because I'm a mood reader myself. If I'm not in the mood for this book, I'm not going to read it. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you something else. Read in person. Oh my gosh. I did not realize how much reading amongst others also reading helps me want to continue to read, even if it's at a cafe. I have some friends who love to read, and getting together with them and be able to read is a privilege, and I'm blessed to have those friends. We don't always have that, but just going to a bookshop, a small bookshop, or going to a cafe where other people are cozy and they're sat down. I know you got a cafe. I live in Cleveland, Ohio, and I got 3 cutesy cozy cafes where I go outside and a handsome man sitting down there reading with his iced latte. And I'm going to sit down across from him, look at him, and read my book in the same atmosphere. So I know you can find a spot that is cozy, cute, and quiet for you to go and read in public. It pushes you to read more. It's the same in college. When you're studying for an exam, you go to the library and study because you're surrounded by a bunch of other people studying, and it just encourages you to keep going. Same with going to a gym, all right? They're on the elliptical. They're on the Stairmaster. You're in the section doing strength training. Being surrounded by people also doing the same thing as you encourages you. And number 10, read in different forms. So if you're someone who only does physical books, maybe pick up an e-reader. Maybe read on your phone for a little bit. If you're someone who only has e-reader, go to the library and get a physical book sometime. Also, this goes hand in hand with my point number 11. Get the books on your phone. Get Kindle on your phone. Get Libby on your phone. However you read, download the PDF illegally, AO3. However you read, have the books on your phone, because our goal, number 14, or is that 13? No, 14. Is to read in our free time. The biggest part about finishing a bunch of books and reading books is when we pick up our phone to do something mindless, and we're not going to go doom scroll, babe. We're not. We're going to go read. Read in our free time. Whenever you want to walk through a group of people and you're a little bit nervous and you go to your notes app, just pick up your book. Read in your free time. A long conversation, read. Your train ride, read. Plane, read. So just having all your books synced up. I know the girlies sometimes don't sync it up with their Kindle because it's like this thing where you can have a book downloaded to your Kindle, then you turn off Wi-Fi, and so Libby returns that book to another reader. But once you put it back on Wi-Fi and sync it with all your devices, then it shows that you have the book, so that Libby can't give that book to the other reader. There's so many different schemes and shings about it, but just remember the page number and read it on your phone. And that's how you're going to read 52 books this year. Because you believe in yourself. Because you want joy and you want to have fun. And life is worth living. And you're beautiful. And I'm so happy you're here. I love you. God loves you. Your friends love you. Your family love you. Even wanting to read is a step in the right direction. All right? I'm so happy you're here. I love you. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, follow me on all my socials. I'm leaving Fable because of the messiness that's happened. And I'm going to try Storygraph. I have a hard time with these reading websites because they just don't track everything I want to track. But follow me on there too. Enjoy my reading club, the Sunny Book Club. Bye. I love you. Thanks for watching. See you later.